Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, where for the low fee of $30 a day, you can get this podcast 3 days, or just kidding. It's not that expensive. We're not WWE here trying to nickel and dime you, bringing you back to the pay-per-view days where you have to ask, please, mama, can we please watch Judgment Day? Can we please watch the Great American Bash? And they're like, no, mijo, you have to wait until your birthday to be able to watch this pay-per-view. Or you have to wait until your local library gets it on VHS for you to be able to watch this pay-per-view. How are you, Sancho?
Dude, the library still has a whole bunch of WWE stuff. I was there just to look up WWE like biographies and nonfiction stuff, and that was like, wow, they have like 35 pay-per-views available to rent on DVD. I'm like, ooh.
That's how I kept up, because I would only as a kid get WrestleMania and Royal Rumble, not even SummerSlam. I got one SummerSlam because it was like a card that I desperately wanted, and I begged, brother. I became the most obnoxious, like just begging, please, 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 can I have it? Please, can I have it? Can I have it? Type of guy, until I eventually got SummerSlam 2002. But most pay-per-views, I would wait for my local library to get the VHS version of it. And then I would watch it, even though I'd already known the results, because it would come out like 5 months after it aired. Guess people are going to have to start polishing off those library cards. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. You ever heard that one? No. That's from Arthur, the great PBS show.
Hey, what a wonderful kind of day
where we can learn to work and play.
And get along with each other.
You got to listen to your heart. Listen to the beat. Listen to the
rhythm of the street.
Listen, the lesson here is go get yourself a library card so you can watch Great Balls of Fire 2027.
Cyber Sunday, Armageddon, all that stuff. Hey, man, they're not bad pay-per-views, dude. Every now and then I stumble across something. Like I recently watched Extreme Rules 2013, John Cena versus Ryback in the last man standing match. That's a pretty good match, dude. It was pretty good. And how stupid of Ryback to go, I get to pick the gimmick, I pick the stipulation, I'm picking last man standing against Super Cena.
Yeah, like, what are you doing? What is that? My goodness.
He's the big guy.
He's the big guy. Well, speaking of that video, you could get that video in that entire series, along with the Raw reviews, the SmackDown reviews, the podcast 3 days earlier than everywhere else, the currently ongoing John Cena Championship Series losses and wins, and so much more over on patreon.com/SantiZap, where for just $5 a month, you will get everything, every piece of daily content that gets uploaded there. There is no $15 tier where you get this video versus the other. No. If you want to get $15, it's because you're a baller. All right, you're a balling. That's it. You're just a baller. But if you just want the content, $5 gets you in, homie. It gets you everything. So consider it. Go check it out. Patreon.com/SantiZap. Link in the description. Link in the pinned comment or wherever it is that you can access it. Because what we've learned, Sancho, is when you listen to this episode of the podcast, any episode of the podcast on the Friday in terms of in not the Tuesday, just night and day in terms of the things that could happen. Nothing will be worse than the death of Hulk Hogan, where we started the episode, I think on the day that he died, we uploaded it, and we started the episode with, nothing has happened all week. But of course, we recorded it on Tuesday, but it sounded like we were saying that on the day that Hogan died. All right? You need to watch these on Tuesdays, all right? Link in the description, link in the pinned comment.
And then after we uploaded last week, the ESPN deal breaks out.
That's right.
So it's like...
Hey,
the reason why we do this, it just works for our schedule, and it typically works the WWE schedule.
It typically does. It's just it's been a roller coaster of things happening in wrestling, right? Like between everything that happened at SummerSlam, the return of Brock Lesnar, the death of Hulk Hogan, the ESPN deal, it's just so many things that require our attention, of course. I actually do want to start off by talking about the ESPN deal because I do think that is what is going to impact the vast majority of our listeners. Now, we do have listeners from all over the world. Shout out to that dude in Mongolia. I see see you. I know you're there. There's a guy or gal somewhere in Mongolia that is listening to this podcast. Bunch of people in the Shibuya region of Japan too, because you can you can zoom in the RSS feed for audio listeners and see where they are in the world. And yeah, it's been we see you. We see where you're at. We see all of you. So there's a huge.
Like Instagram maps.
Yeah. Oh God, be careful. Turn off your Instagram maps. I had to double check that. But there's a lot of you, of course, that listen outside of the States that are not impacted by this at all. But many of our American brothers, sisters, they are going to be fallen soldiers to the almighty capitalistic dollar of $30 a month just for the PLEs. And then like $10 a month to watch Raw on Netflix. And then your cable subscription to watch SmackDown on the USA Network. And I hope you have the same package that comes with the CW Network. Or maybe you want to get like Pluto TV or all of those other friggin' platforms that exist. I don't know. But you guys are being forced to piecemeal, and they're just gouging you. You guys are like the you ever play the game Operation, famous board game from the 90s? You guys are like the guy on the operation table, and every little organ is a different subscription service that you have to pay for. You guys are getting absolutely ramshackled for your doubloons. Meanwhile, us here in the good old country of Canada, all on Netflix. What's going on down there, man? What's happening? What are your feelings about this?
It is very frustrating. When I made a X post about this, the cost of being a WWE fan in 2026, and it was like, I just listed everything down, how much I'm going to pay, and it's like over $90 a month. And that post got 921,000 views. So it's clearly something that a lot of fans are concerned about. And what's most concerning, Santi, is the messaging for the WWE is so complicated. There's like, if you have a cable subscription, you may not have to pay for ESPN. If you have the Disney Plus, you get Hulu, ESPN. Does that count? There's too many questions going involved to it. And it's funny because we moved away from the cable system a long time ago. And I feel like a majority of Americans are cable cutters. And now all of a sudden, we're being forced back into an ecosystem where everything's packaged together and it's all streaming under one umbrella. And the WWE being part of that just makes it more complicated. You listed the things of you want to watch Raw, you want to watch SmackDown, you want to watch NXT, you want to watch Evolve, you want to watch all these different things. You literally have to piecemeal it all together, and it is frustrating. It is mega frustrating because not only that is results of ESPN going to the whole platform, but Peacock has raised their prices. And it's like, they're trying to nickel and dime us right before we leave the door. Mm-hmm. And that sucks. It really does suck. And yes, I know there's people out there, and I've seen in the comments and my own comments of my posts on YouTube is VPN, brother, VPN this, VPN that. But I always feel that VPN is not always a guarantee. Sometimes Netflix goes, hey, you're not in your house. What are you doing? You're not allowed to log in. I have had times, especially with the NFL, right? I'm trying to watch a Dallas Cowboys game. Yes, preseason's already started. Let's go, boys. I'm trying to watch the Dallas Cowboys play against the Rams, but it's blacked out in my local market. Can't VPN anywhere, right? The NFL Plus app and the VPN app doesn't work. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen with the ESPN, but it could happen. And you know what's worse, Santi? I'll leave you with this. Everything's fine now. Yes, PLEs are included with your cable subscription, but that doesn't mean that's not going to change. That doesn't mean that all of a sudden, after like 2-3 years, maybe later down the road, they go, you know what? We're going to have to charge you a little bit more for WrestleMania because now it's 2 nights. Or the second WrestleMania, we're going to charge you a little bit more because it's not included in the 12. There's too many things, too many question marks, and that's where my frustration lies.
It is fascinating to think that for the better part of like the last 15 years, that WWE has been far more affordable than UFC. Right, UFC, if you wanted to watch, The Ultimate Fighter, you needed to get the cable package that had Spike TV. If you wanted to watch Fight Nights, you needed to get that channel. If you wanted to watch pay-per-views, you needed to get ESPN Plus and then pay for the pay-per-view. It was really expensive to be a UFC fan, but now UFC is going all in for $7.7 billion for 7 years, 777. over to Paramount, where Paramount's going to get everything. And a Paramount subscription will get you the entire gambit of UFC pay-per-views, programming, backlog, all of it. Now, all of a sudden, just overnight, in the snap of a finger, it is cheaper to be a UFC fan than it is to be a WWE fan. Even like right down to the tickets, like UFC tickets used to be way more expensive than WWE, and WWE tickets are like getting right up there with UFC tickets now as well. So they really are capitalizing financially on the popularity of wrestling at the moment. And man, like to the detriment. It is to the detriment. It sucks that you guys in the United States can't just have one place where it's all there. Netflix WWE is the greatest thing ever. It's so good. I'm actually already dreading in 4 years when it disappears and they probably find some new distribution rights worldwide, because I've become so accustomed to having everything on Netflix, everything just so easily available, and it works so seamlessly. I can't even imagine having to jump between all of these different platforms just to keep up with WWE programming. This is frustrating. It is kind of crazy though, like the price difference that between UFC and WWE though. I know that UFC is giving everything to Paramount for $7.7 billion for 7 years, but that's a big gap between 1.6 and 7.7 billion. Like, it's clear UFC is still significantly more valuable than WWE.
It's live programming. Live programming is always king. Live programming will draw the dollars, but the difference between UFC and WWE is UFC, they can get the, like, I know WWE is now rolling in alcohol brands and things like that, but UFC could be a little bit more mature. It's always been the thing with WWE. If you look at USA and Fox, what really hurt that relationship with Fox and SmackDown was that Fox, sure, they had a key demographic that they've always wanted, right? The 18 and the male demographic. But advertisers were not willing to pay money on WWE because it never really translated, right? There was not a lot of brands for that audience that really worked for the advertising. Like, you would get like fast food, maybe an energy drink here and there.
Always a Snickers bar. Always.
Right. There's like, am I going to go out and buy Snickers bars in droves because it's sponsoring the main event in Mania? No, not really. So there's a lot of things that the kind of the return from advertisers investing in the marketing on WWE programming wasn't there, and that's why it didn't work out on Fox so much. Fox was like, yeah, we're getting some eyeballs and things of that sort, but no advertisers coming in. My mother-in-law used to work for Fox in terms of a local news network, and she worked in marketing. And she said back in the day, like in the 80s and 90s and things of that sort, there was a lot of marketing people clamoring for the WWE, right? They loved the WWE and wanted to be a part of that brand. And she said it kind of waned as time goes on, and then it all of a sudden became like multiple restaurants or fast food places down to like one or two. So it's clear as day is that there is more marketing dollars in the UFC. But yeah, I think you said something interesting that the TKO understands they have something that's a hot product and they want to sell it. And dog, it's. I know people are like, it's just a $20 or $15 increase, but dude, that goes a long way, man. If you look at it stretched out throughout the entire year, I know you could do the annual thing for $300, but still $300 for 12 PLEs. And dude, and you're telling me that you're gonna sit there, Santi, on your little 4 or 5 matches is a quality card, as long as the story is there, and I'm sitting there spending $30 for that 5-match PLE. Come on now.
No, that's fair. That's why I said on my live stream, I was like, if I'm an American viewer, I'm rooting for these 2-night PLEs to become a thing. Trying to get the most out of my dollar, right? Give me 2-night Great Balls of Fire in 2028. Why not? At this point, if you're paying that much on a monthly basis, you might as well get as many PLEs as humanly possible.
Give me Talatanga at SummerSlam. I don't care. I want the max amount of money. But the one thing is, I know a lot of people are talking about like, well, I have cable, I'm good, right? But think about the person that doesn't have cable. They now have to go get it. It's another $40 that they spend. Sure, they get all these additional programming, but I don't really want cable television. I don't want all these random HGTV channels. I don't want all that. What I want is wrestling. And the same thing with now it's rolled with ESPN. You're like, oh, you get football, you get college football. But brother, I don't want all the random college football teams. And then with blackouts and things of that sort, I may not even get my local college team. So that's where the frustration lies, is that yes, you're getting more content, but I love Peacock. I love my NBC programming, The Office, and I love the movies that they would put on Peacock. And I love the kids' movies and things like that for my kids and the family. So I feel like it's a downgrade for me because now I'm going to get a whole bunch of stuff that I don't really use at the moment.
Oh man, the capitalistic question: when is it time to cut a subscription service? Are you gonna end?
It's hard.
Are you gonna end Peacock, or is there still already? You mentioned that some of the family stuff, some of the shows that you like. Are you keeping Peacock, but still getting this new ESPN service?
Well, I'm in a different boat because it is my job to cover WWE, right?
Yeah,
I'm supposed to be there. I'm supposed to watch everything. It's like Fortnite, all right? I'm supposed to have all the skins, okay? I'm supposed to have all the skins, all right? People want to see everything. But for me, it's like I can't cut The Office, dude. That's part of my routine. It's part of my nightly routine. Watch King of the Hill, watch The Office, and have a great time.
That WWE, they ain't right, I tell you what.
I'm just worried about the archive. That is the thing I'm worried about the most.
That was a problem.
Peacock, that's a bummer.
That was a problem going into Netflix. A lot of the archive wasn't there on day one, and they were like releasing it piecemeal. A huge chunk of it is there, but not every episode of Monday Night Raw is there. They're still way behind on adding everything there. I don't know if they ever will. So yeah, there are growing pains. That is for sure. There was something that I wanted to transition to specifically here, but I forgot. So we're just gonna have to move on.
Was it my decadent maple syrup chocolate body? As Xavier Woods said,
it's absolutely not that in any way, shape, or form.
Horchata chiseled abs.
Your horchata chiseled abs. No, it's none of that. Let's move on to Karrion Kross. I forgot where I was going. It was more of another business-centric conversation, but we can move on to Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross's contract with the WWE officially ends. Have you watched the Karrion Kross Killer Kross documentary yet? I have not been able to. Do you want to maybe give us a synopsis of your thoughts on it? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so yes, Karrion Kross is part of the Glaze Factory, right? And we're we are struggling, right?
We are.
I'm about to make a TikTok like one of those restaurants, be like, look, I invested so much into this Glaze Factory and nobody's here anymore. My boy Karrion Kross is no longer around. The first documentary is about the whole lead up to WrestleMania, right? Not being on the WrestleMania card, having those issues, questioning why is he not there? It's his hometown or his adopted hometown, Vegas. And then he drops that podcast, right? That's like where it ends. Documentary 2 is basically the fallout of that pipe bomb that he put on the podcast and how that happened behind the scenes and how everybody was like reacting to it. And then it leads up into his match at SummerSlam. The most interesting part about it is I did make it an in-depth video on my YouTube, SanchoWest Wrestling. Again, 100K puts me on the thumbnail, baby. There's only one way we can get Santi to listen to us, and that he needs to see the numbers. I got to be undeniable, baby. And you can only help me by subscribing to SanchoWest Wrestling. But the whole thing about Karrion Kross is that he felt like he could never really embrace the success that he was having, right? He was having this groundswell, and he was being told by people in the WWE to ignore it, right? Ignore the chants, ignore your fans, ignore the crowd. And he just couldn't do it. One of the best metaphors that he said was, it's like as if he was past the ball at the top of the key in basketball, and he had a wide open 3-point shot, and he shot it and he made it. But because the play wasn't designed for him to make the 3, he gets in trouble. And that's a really interesting juxtaposition to be in as a talent. You're being told one thing, you execute it, you do the right thing, you move the needle forward, you make waves, you have viral moments, and then you're told you're wrong. There's so many aspects of that thing. Like it blends the lines of a lot of, his human emotions, his working as a character, Karrion Kross, his fan connections. I really enjoyed part 2 in that aspect. there is like an undertone, Santi, that it is being a work. And I hate to be in that boat. And the reason why I'm scared for it to be a work, and if Karrion Kross has pulled this off, beautiful. The WWE, whatever, right? It's been executed wonderfully because now we're all in this frustration as a Karrion Kross fan. But my fear, Santi, and I ask you this, is that if this is a work, if this whole charade is a thing to make people forget that Karrion Kross and then he pops up out of nowhere like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash on The Outsider, is it a slippery slope, especially coming off the back end of the Seth Rollins injury?
Oh, buddy, we're already slipping and sliding here. We're already on the slippery slope. The slippery slope started with Seth Rollins. We talked about this, where I said that I could watch Rey Mysterio's face fall off of his head, and I'd say, oh, that's a work. That's not a real injury. I could watch a man snap in half on WWE TV and say, how are we being worked here, brother? The slippery slope has begun. We're slipping and sliding all over the place because of the Seth Rollins injury. And I said that's going to be one of the byproducts of this, for better or for worse. I think once more time passes, we'll know, the true ramifications of it, and when we can truly say whether it was for the better or for the worse. But we're already here. We're already here. And this is our first test. The Karrion Kross contract ending. Is it a work? Is it real? I don't love this narrative of having to wonder, right? And I say this because if Karrion Kross is gone, what good does it do for us as fans to speculate that he's going to return to WWE TV? No, that's just setting ourselves up for failure. He's just gone, right? So I don't love that we are in this position, but we are, because you're wondering, I'm wondering, the people on the internet are wondering, is this a work? Is this not a work? When traditionally we wouldn't be wondering this. It'd be like, hey, hopefully we get to see Karrion Kross somewhere down the line back in WWE or in a different promotion. But now I have no expectations to see the Karrion Kross character or Scarlett on WWE TV. Now it's not like that. Now it's not that I can turn off the Karrion Kross brain and move on with whatever is happening on Monday Night Raw. It's going to be lingering in the back of my head. Again, I say, for the better or for the worse. For the better, if it is a work. For the worse, if it isn't, I think. But again, I don't really know.
Because when you say that is, everybody was watching Raw going, where's the we want Kross, Matt? Like chance, right?
Sure.
We were waiting, and they didn't happen, right? None of that happened on the level as R-Truth. Yes, it's on social media, but if you're wondering if this crowd movement, and again, it's a card that we rarely use as a WWE fan base, but when we use it, we're expecting a result in the television. And so far, it hasn't happened. And I thought we would get the first hint or inkling of it happening. But Quebec City, Canada, you let me down, man. What's going on, dude? You had one job, but what an interesting way to do that by putting Sami Zayn against Solo's, Sokoa's MFT faction, right? You were having Solo against Sami against Rusev, and then Solo interfering. So of course Sami's going to be the uber babyface and not going to get any cross chance, because I thought that was going to happen. I'm gonna go back to the documentary though. There was interesting things that I feel what hurt as a Karrion Kross fan was that he was a stalker, a villain who doesn't get his prey. He was a hunter that he never got his prey. And I alluded this in my video that he was basically Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner. And they always say the reason why that show works is because the Wile E. Coyote always never gets the Roadrunner. And what happens one day when he gets the Roadrunner? Show's over, right? No one's going to care about it anymore. But when you have a character like Karrion Kross who's supposed to be menacing, who's supposed to be scary, and you turn him into Wile E. Coyote, where he's just a buffoon and a fool and aloof and he doesn't get what he's been going after, then you just ignore Karrion Kross. And so that's why there was no coming back to it. But the one thing that I did find interesting was he said, pro wrestling is weird wrestlers, we turn pain into art. Right? There's things that Karrion says that you get, you kind of relate to. He kind of breaks down wrestling into its simplest form, and you understand what he's coming from and the passion. And you see that in the documentary. I think the most interesting thing he said as well is that the canvas, it makes you money. You can make money from this canvas. And then one day it's going to say you're done. You can't make money from it anymore. So there's really interesting little tidbits that I highly recommend you watch. It's about an hour. I basically went for a walk and I knocked it all out. And when that one time I listened to it like a podcast, because it kind of flows that way. But at the end of the day, it is, you see this in the same thing with Unreal and Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green has the same frustration where she was hot. Remember, we all were clamoring for Chelsea at the Money in the Bank, at the Royal Rumble. Chelsea kept getting the chance. And she was like, I am hot right now, but it's the wrong time. I'm being told it's the wrong time.
What does that mean, though?
That's what I mean. Karrion Kross was hot, and he's being told he's wrong, and it's at the wrong time.
But okay, so like, what do you do with that information? What is getting hot at the wrong time? If you're hot, you're hot. You feed them the ball, right? Like, I don't get this, dude. The Karrion Kross situation. I'll say this. Throughout his run, especially his last run here in the WWE, he won me over from a character perspective. There's not a single Karrion Kross match where I was like, wow, what an amazing match. I want to see more from Karrion.
Basically, during his run. Are you talking about the Final Testament matches? The Final Testament matches?
All of Karrion Kross matches.
NXT too?
Even NXT, they weren't that good. Look, I'm being really, really blunt here.
Oh, yeah.
When Karrion Kross took over as champion, NXT Black and Gold matches, main event matches, became less hype. When we got away from the Keith Lees, when we got away from Adam Cole, when Karrion Kross took over, a lot of people were like, we're seeing a dip here in the quality of the matches of NXT Black and Gold. But the character was always awesome. Hell, there's a promo from Adam Cole that is so good that says, you got the awesome entrance, the awesome entrance theme. Right. You got the hot babe to make you interesting. You know what they do to make Adam Cole interesting? They ring the frickin' bell. I've never felt that from Karrion Kross, where I'm hyped for Karrion Kross when the bell rings. I'm hyped for Karrion Kross outside of the ring. He did such a great job at making me care outside of the in-ring, but I never fell in love with a single Karrion Kross match. So as somebody that loves professional wrestling, but loves the in-ring, but also loves the character aspect, I'm wondering, is Karrion Kross returning the correct move even for WWE? Like, as I feel like he did everything in his power to get himself over at the things that he's clearly very good at. He got himself hot, not only with crowd sentiment, but also financially by being one of the top merch sellers. If you do all of this extra stuff at your actual job, right? Like, this guy is cutting promos on social media. This guy is finding ways to get himself attention. If you do all of this extracurricular stuff at your normal work, you know what happens? You get promoted. You get promotions. You get raises. But in WWE, you get told, nah, it's not the right time. Again, I ask, what does that even mean? Who determines the right time, if not the fans? So to me, it is so disheartening to see somebody do as much great work from a character standpoint to get himself over, doing everything right, but simply because the machine, the marketing engine of WWE doesn't deem it to be the correct time. Now all of a sudden you have to sit on the back burner while your bright shining stars to die out on you because you got hot at the wrong time. I don't know what that means. I really don't understand that concept of getting hot at the wrong time. That seems to be such a exclusively wrestling thing, because even in like regular showbiz, if you get hot as an actor, you get casted in everything. You can't open up any app or go to any theater without seeing Pedro Pascal's face there. When you get hot in every industry, it's like, yeah, let's go. Do your thing. But in WWE, it seems to be this weird political thing of like, no, you only get to be hot when we say you get to be hot. And I hate that. I really, really don't like that. It seems like to be a wrestling thing, and it bugs me. It bothers me.
I agree with you. But it's just to say other things, not everybody could be hot at the same time, right? Not everybody wants to be the main eventer. Everybody wants the ball. Everybody, I mean, when you look at every talent there, they're wanting to be the one that is given those opportunities.
Yeah, but Karrion got hot. He didn't want to get hot. He got hot. People want to get hot, but Karrion got hot.
At the same time, you're not seeing other wrestlers put the work in, like you mentioned, the extracurricular. I was watching that documentary, and I was like, what's stopping an LA Knight from doing these kind of documentaries? What's stopping a Zelina Vega? What's stopping a Chelsea Green? What's stopping a wrestler to go out to hire their own company, their own videographer, their own person to follow them, their own person to give them ideas, things of that sort, right? It's all being put on the wrestler to kind of put themselves out there. And when a wrestler like a Karrion Kross, like a Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona goes the extra mile, you think they should be rewarded. But I think what's frustrating, Santi, is for you, what sounds like is it's supposed to be different in the Triple H era. It's supposed to be. We're supposed to see somebody who goes, oh, we have the pulse. He's from his own mouth on WWE Unreal. We listen to the pulse. We had the feeling, if we see something happening with the universe, we listen to our fans. Cody goes, we heard you. We listened to you. The chants keep going, get louder. And then when there's something that is happening, it gets ignored. And then what's the piece that bothers me the most throughout this whole entire thing is that Paul Heyman interview where Paul Heyman kind of said he is the Stone Cold generation. He's getting that Stone Cold treatment. I'm like, what do you mean? That is such a high bar for him. I don't know if you're burying him by giving this high compliment that doesn't really match because I don't see it. I lived in the Attitude Era. I'm trying to think of, was there a groundswell for Stone Cold and he was being ignored? No. He was King of the Ring winner. He beat a old Jake the Snake Roberts because there was an injury and then they put the rock on him, but he didn't really do anything until the Royal Rumble. And I said this, basically, Stone Cold Steve Austin, brother, was at least given a stage and in-ring time to be able to propel himself to the levels. On top of that, WWF was dealing with WCW when they were doing new things and they had NWO, and Stone Cold became that one guy that was going to go up against the entire wave, and the Attitude Era came in, and there was a culture shift from the 80s into the 90s. And Karrion Kross is not that guy. He's not a culture shift type of character. There's not a culture shift happening in wrestling right now. All I was asking for Karrion Kross was just to be given a chance, to do something, to actually have one storyline be successful for him. And that's what we were all hoping for SummerSlam. Was I expecting him to beat Sami Zayn? No. Was I expecting him to be an IC title winner to go up for the United States title? No. I was expecting just his character just to be treated logically like everybody else and for him to be moving on to at least one other storyline. Because then after Sami, we would have gone, okay, cool. Like you mentioned in the last podcast, he unlocked Sami Zayn. He got into a new level. Now he's a new babyface. Let him see what he can do with somebody else. Because you know who was afforded that? What 6 wrestlers were afforded that second chance? The Wyatt 6. Now, you could say Karrion Kross has been given a lot of different chances. He was given the Final Testament. They were let go. But I think this is a different opportunity because he had a new level to at least springboard off of to see where it goes. And it's so odd, Santi, that the WWE let him go and nothing. You can't create or destroy energy, so where does this Karrion Kross energy go? Somebody will benefit from Karrion Kross being part of his roster, their roster. Somebody
or it's a work, brother. See, this slippery freaking slope. Like,
I know. And look, Naomi's injury right now. Naomi's not medically cleared to not wrestle Io Sky. Now we have to sit there and go, how? Is it? Did she hurt herself on her suitcase when she hit the thing?
Dude, that was so funny. I'm sorry. I hope she didn't get injured there because that clip is so damn funny.
There's so many question marks now we have to going forward. And there's always been this kind of rule set, right? When the referee is seeing there's an injury, puts up the X. We're like, okay, now this is for real. This is not a game anymore. But now we've seen works where they put up the X and they still keep beating them down. You recently saw literally John Cena going against Mr. Kennedy. Tore his pec on a hip toss, right? Mm-hmm. Boom, ripped it apart. I was watching that. It was a great review. There was a moment where after the bell rings, John Cena goes, "Is Randy still coming?" And he's in pain. He's like, "Is Randy still coming? It's torn." And they continue on through the entire thing. And in Vince's era, he was able to hide injuries with kayfabe. Because you mentioned in that review, Santi, that it made Randy Orton look like $1 million.
Yep, like he's the one that took out Cena, right? I said that that was the luckiest booking ever. You know, because for those that don't know, I'm doing the John Cena championship losses. He didn't lose that championship. He had to vacate it. So instead, I reviewed the match that he got injured. And he gets injured, goes throughout the entire match with Mr. Kennedy. And then there's a post-match beatdown from Randy going into their last man standing match at No Mercy. And that beatdown, they sold it as it was Randy that tore the pec off of John Cena. It was great. It was very, very well done, masqueraded.
So I ask you this. If the WWE was willing to work us then why not just have Triple H or somebody or Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis fire Karrion Kross? That's the work. Then we go, oh my God. Adam Pearce was sick of Karrion Kross beating up Sami Zayn with a lead pipe. He's fired. Take him off the WWE roster. Take him off the website. And have Karrion do the same thing with the booking and like, hey, I'm on Power Wrestling Tees, all that kind of stuff, right? Pro Wrestling Tees. Let him do all that because then we know like, oh, okay, this is interesting, right? He's being worked where now we miss him. He's fired. Now the Karrion Kross things come up again. But now it's done in such a different, what's the word, espionage type of way.
Yeah.
We're just left in the dark. And you could be saying, well, Sancho, that's kayfabe, modern kayfabe, baby. You're now questioning everything. You're in the dark. But I'm saying this is a slippery slope. You're playing with fire.
Sancho, you know who I would have liked Karrion Kross to target next had he actually been successful with Sami Zayn and he lost at SummerSlam but he used the pipe. Whether him going after Bayley would have been the perfect play. Yes. Obviously, like imagine Scarlett. Yeah, it'd be Scarlett, but it'd be also Karrion doing the pulling the strings, talking to Bayley, but the matches and the physical aspect would be against Scarlett. That would have been great with what they're doing with Bayley right now, who is in desperate need of a character upside down shift.
Because she's just breaking just to break?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Why not? Why not? Why not? There are things that you could have done with Karrion. Again, I saw some people saying that like his biggest downfall was going over to Monday Night Raw. I disagree. I feel like that's what saved his post WWE career, because over on SmackDown he just wouldn't have gotten time. On Raw, he wasn't getting time, but at least he was getting commercial segments. Those segments that would get filmed and posted on social media, that would be seen outside of the United States live. That's how he got over. His limited time on commercial break is how the Karrion Kross movement really got going in the WWE this year. Those commercial segments are about to make Karrion Kross a boatload of money in the indies, because I think that's how the Karrion Kross swell movement really got going.
Also, it's a loss addition to have on the roster. He did reveal a couple of things, like he would get a lot of people asking him for advice, some veterans that were older than him, about their promos and things of that sort. I think one of the most fascinating things is that he was trying to get a negotiation in January and they just kept ignoring him. And again, this all could be a work. This all could be a work. This entire promo could be a work. But
so what you're telling me is that since January, Karrion Kross has been trying to get on the thumbnail.
He's trying to get on the thumbnail. The comments are there. The comments are there. You see it in your chat. You probably try to read it here. I don't know if you read the comments anymore in your own YouTube channel when you're down here with us in the mix, but it's there. It's there. And yet you ignore it. You're probably getting downvoted, losing 2% of your like to view ratio, and you ignore it. I'm putting in the work. The extracurricular activity, the channel is growing on sanchowest Wrestling. I'm there for the watch parties. Did you know, sir? I had 28,000 people on the front page of Twitch, baby. Me, 28,000 people watching this guy.
Look at this, man. Look at you, Sancho. You got everything going for you. You get the front page of Twitch. You get the cool stuff in the back. You get to do all of these hosting gigs. You even get your own Nick A30 to make you interesting. You know what they do to make Santi's app interesting? They turn on the freaking camera. That's why I get to be on the thumbnail, Sancho. That's why I get to be the A-list player here.
Please don't jump off a ramp at any time of your career. Don't do it, baby.
Boom.
Damn, man. Boom. I just feel bummed out by Karrion Kross. I hope he doesn't show up soon. I think the longer he goes missing for a while, like pop out on Halloween, bro.
Halloween Havoc NXT. Let's do it, Karrion.
Oh, ew. Like he should be in TNA. I'm like, yeah, I guess.
That's probably the best fit for him, honestly, TNA.
New Japan would be good.
New Japan, sure.
Would be good. That'd be dope place. I still don't see him with AEW. I just don't see it. I think it'd be hard for him to get over because, like I mentioned, there's literally a dude putting bags over people's heads over there. Like, it doesn't make any sense for a manipulator, a puppeteer, to go over there, and then you have the Don Callises over there with the screwdriver running around. Then you have MVP over there with a Hurt Cinetech. You have MJF. It'd just be hard for him to fit in. Where GCW, sure, making his ways around the indies, maybe manipulating a bunch of indie stars, sure. But I really not now that you put it in my head, dude. I'm gnawing on that Bailey thing that you mentioned. It makes so much sense because Bailey being this directionless, I'm lost. I'm a modern type of. I'm feeling like a loser right now, and I don't know what I've been doing. I've been the role model. It's filmed like a Netflix documentary. You notice that? Like, it was so jarring. And then she just takes a moment and snaps. It's like, what does this mean for Bailey? Like, she's the role model. She was a Karen Thunderdome heel. What are we going to get? Are we going to get like a depressed wrestler? Which would be an interesting aspect to explore. But I would have loved the idea of Karrion Kross just walking out and watching her matches and going, yeah. You see, Bailey? You see, that's how you do it, Bailey.
That's a real role model, Bailey. That's a real role model.
Yes!
Whoa! It's gonna be Bloodline rules.
Dog, if it's a work and this whole entire thing, it's gonna be annoying because every release would be the same thing.
We're gonna be thinking the same thing.
A work? Is this person released? Is it work? Are they gonna appear somewhere? It's a shame. And what's an interesting thing is a lot of people are saying like all these releases, because not only there was other people that released alongside Karen, or not released, the contract wasn't just renewed. They let the contract lapse, was to make room for the Brock Lesnar money that they're gonna have to pay him. So say la vie, brother.
That's crazy. The information that came out that Brock Lesnar has just been making bank this whole time, just sitting at home doing nothing while all these names are getting released left, right, and center, while Brock Lesnar was just sitting at home cashing in his check. Not a good look.
You think AEW would have knocked on the doorstep of Brock Lesnar if he wasn't on contract for so long? Maybe. I mean, Tony Khan would love to have Lesnar for like a one night only all in Wembley type of vibe.
Yeah, bro. Like Lesnar's a giant draw. He's never been my favorite. I don't love Lesnar.
Will Ospreay versus Brock Lesnar.
Dude, you could put Lesnar against like almost any of the main eventers in AEW and it would draw. I'm not particularly interested by that because I'm not particularly interested in Lesnar matches.
Versus Brock. Give me a match that you would take. Give me the most like the one that you would take.
Oh, give me Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar part 75.
I thought you were gonna say Swerve Strickland. Like that would have been an interesting...
That would have been sick. No, I'd probably say Omega. Omega versus Lesnar is probably the one that intrigues me the most. Both former IWGP World Champions.
There's no way he could one wing angel Brock Lesnar. I mean, Brock would have to go to the top rope, right?
Yeah, they'd have to do it muscle buster style. Where
picks them up.
Where the majority of the lifting has already been done. I think Omega versus Lesnar would be hype.
The V trigger selling from Brock.
Lesnar's a fucking great seller. He really is. He makes guys that are significantly smaller than him, he makes their moveset feel like bullets. Like he's getting shot. He's very, very good at that. Even then, never been a fan. Never been a fan of Lesnar. Aside from the Ruthless Aggression era, that's a lie. I was a fan of Lesnar.
I'm just hoping Karrion lands somewhere, but the biggest test would be, will his fans follow? Are they just hardcore WWE? I'm not going to go anywhere, but at the same time, the WWE is squeezing every penny from us, Santi. How can I buy my subscription to TNA Plus? How can I invest in AEW? How can I... Well, the good thing is AEW is attached to Max, so that's like an instant lock for me no matter what. I love HBO Max. But if AEW could get PLEs on HBO Max...
That reminded me of what I wanted to talk about, the train of thought that I lost, the freaking business aspect that I wanted to talk about. God damn it, WWE. Why must you book another PLE during an AEW PLE? Do you see the news that WWE is looking at booking an
They hate you.
They hate me.
Against you.
It's this. They're only doing it only because of me, Sancho.
Yeah.
Because no one else, just because of me. They heard, Santi, the social media conglomerate megastar, thinking of going to an AEW show and giving them shine and love with an all-out vlog in Toronto. Nah. Bad blood. Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Hell in a Cell, probably. I hate it, dude, because it's such a rock and a hard place for me. This is obviously like about as first world problems as it gets. I haven't bought my All Out ticket, but All Out is happening in Toronto, and I really wanted to go to it. I really do.
Yeah, you wanted to relax and watch some wrestling.
I wasn't even going to work. I might have done like I wasn't going to do any of that. I wasn't going to go Dr. Octopus. I was just going to hang out, have a good time, meet viewers, wrestling fans. You know the drill, right?
You hit that puss so hard, dude.
Don't know what you're talking about. But now it looks like WWE is looking at booking a pay-per-view on that PLE day, which is the sun in my hand. Which is really annoying. Dr. Octopus, which is really annoying because aside from like Clash in Paris and Evolution, which I guess are really recent, WWE doesn't do Sunday pay-per-views. Wait, no, it's All Out. I think All Out's a Saturday anyway. Anyways, that makes sense. But like, I want to watch both because I wanted to go have fun and watch All Out and watch a good night of wrestling in my backyard. But it's also my job to cover WWE, so I can't consciously, leave food on the table and not cover the WWE show. I have to stay home if they're going to do a show on the same day. Santi, go enjoy yourself. I can't do that. And welcome to social media, where if you don't do it, someone else does, and people will forget about you real quick. That's how it works here. You think I want to give the viewers to Sancho? Nah.
You don't. You never do. You never do. When it's like the show was showing on earlier, you put your dumb chair on live, and 1,000 people are watching your dumb chair, and I'm sitting there working hard. Yeah, dude, it sucks. It really does suck. Clearly the WWE signs that something worked, right? Why would they keep knocking on this door? Why would they keep pounding on this counter-programming door if something didn't work, that they saw like, haha, we got something out of it, right?
What metrics though? I think the only metric would be, because they don't have access to AEW metrics, I'm assuming their metric is we didn't lose viewers. We had the same viewership on that day going toe to toe on this day, which means that people that would be watching our show chose to watch our show and not AEW, which means by the laws of equivalent exchange, AEW must have done lower numbers. That's the only thing that I'm thinking is their logic.
I'm kind of upset because Taylor Swift now is going to be in the podcast, and it's the same equivalent, How dare Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift counter-program us?
Wait, they're going to have a podcast together?
She's going to be in the podcast. She's going to be on the Kelce
the Kelce Brothers podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, that's going to do so many numbers. That's going to be an insane podcast.
It's all of a sudden Taylor Swift's music hit. Oh my God, it's Taylor Swift, brother. She's here. Dude, she is a megastar, dude.
That's a real megastar. That's a real megastar.
Real megastar, not Santiago out there with this. You could make it to the bathroom. You can make it to the bathroom in the stadium. There's no way Taylor Swift could walk through a stadium to make it to the bathroom. There'd be no way.
No way.
No shot. She has to sneak in a little janitor's broom, little cart in there to get anywhere. Would I have to do that for you one day when we go to Mania, sneak you around in a little janitor's little thing so you could get to your seat in peace?
Honestly, you might need to. Dude, it gets hectic when I'm at a WWE show. It gets really, really hectic. At SummerSlam, I had a security guard go up to me. He's like, "Are you supposed to be out here, or should you be in the back?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm a fan." I was like, "I'm not a wrestler." He goes, "Oh, I didn't think you were a wrestler. I thought maybe you." I was like, "Well, fuck you too. I think I look like a wrestler."
You're too beauty to be a wrestler, eh? What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? What is this?
Yeah, I'm not Taylor Swift.
So what's the plan? What's the plan, Chief? Are you gonna do like an Airbnb right there? Are you gonna run back home? Are you gonna watch it later? What if the WWE card's not great?
That's a good point. I am going to be buying, if I do go to All Out, I'm going to buy day of. I got a great ticket, great seats, great pricing, like basically second row for Forbidden Door, really, really cheap because I bought the day of. So if I do go to All Out, I will buy a ticket on the day of, and by then I'll know the card. Because if they're gonna run Lesnar Cena, I'm like, okay, well, no, that's too big of a night for me to cover for my channel. Great views for the review, great views for the Twitch, great growth for all the platforms. I can't skip that, right? I can't. They would be WWE. It would be a bad business decision for me to miss that. But like, if the main event is Seth Rollins versus LA Knight, I'm like, I think I can avoid that because like LA Knight ain't winning shit. let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is, brother. You know I'm talking facts.
It's like that Peter the Family Guy thing with Stewie. I shall go to sleep.
That's funny,
dude. Quickly. Why is Jey Uso in that fatal 4-way?
Oh my God, great question. I asked that question in the Raw review, available over on patreon.com/SantiZap. You know what? Let me call them out by name because you're a patron. We get to hear your opinion live on the air because we're about to
read
answer
the comments of the Patreon review that we put up literally hours before the show. SmackDown reviews are always up faster, but
they are up faster. You got faster internet. I have garbage ass internet. You know this.
You do.
All right. So they say
internet. It's a Canadian thing.
It's bad. Okay. So there's the Raw review.
And what's the title of this Raw review that you made?
I made the title of the Raw review, Top Heel Faction Goes Raw, because it's the same thing every freaking week now. It's welcome to the Summer Judgment Day, Part 4. Just different look, different people, but it's the same thing over and over again. So they said, Santi, it's Smooth. Oh my God, his name is Smooth Penetrator Jelly Roll on the Patreon. Santi, did you forget Jay and Roman just beat Braun and Braun at SummerSlam? Also, Jay was beefing with this group since Jay's second week as champ. How long ago was that? His second week as champ. We're talking months. And his feud with Braun and Braun Security had nothing to do with Seth Rollins. He hasn't been around the Seth Rollins picture at all. Why does Jay have this match? Why did Jay get added to this fatal 4-way match? It should have either been Roman or a triple threat. Jay is just sort of there. I don't really get why Jay was added to this. Because of the entrance? Just a yeet in France? It is going to be a hype yeet.
It is.
All right, I'm sold. Got him.
Yeah, there you
go. Can put him in there. But no, he doesn't. He shouldn't be there.
Entrance, and then someone hits him with a pipe, and out comes Karrion. Beat the Jay. Who's you're out of there. Yeah, dude. That it reminds me of what we recently watched in the Royal Rumble with AJ Styles, Randy Orton, LA Knight, and Roman Reigns. It's gonna be the same type of match where can the three faces get together to put away the heel, and then the heel's gonna be able to do something and be able to walk away as champion. It's the same thing, man. Seth Rollins is just going to play the numbers game of a 3. It's not a 3v1, essentially. It's the other guys are trying to beat Seth Rollins. They're not going to try to beat each other. Sure, it's cool. We get LA Knight versus Jey Uso. That's fine. But again, when Jey comes out, LA slid down a little bit further, because now that's another person in this kind of picture. Because you still have Roman lurking around, still slated to be at Clash. I think he's going to probably have a match with Bronson Reed, which would be a fun match. The shoe collector versus the Shulafala versus the tribal chief. So it's interesting how all that's going to go down. But why Jay? Like you know what I mean? Like Jay didn't even save Roman. Jay didn't even save Sammy. What's going on? You know what I mean? And what is interesting is the WWE Unreal documentary came out, and you got Triple H going, "Hey man, we're we're gonna strap the rocket to you. All right, you be ready. And knowing that when Jay got the rocket, he got tossed aside for Goldberg, and here we are.
He did.
And then here we are again, right? Why is Jay going to be involved in this? But it's like I said, dude. Hard times in the Glaze Factory, daddy. Hard times in the Glaze Factory. But you know what? We keep on pumping. The one hand pumping here, the other hand pumping here, and we are still dugga. Nothing can stop us. Even though we're all the way down, sir, nothing could stop us.
Oof. That was rough.
Oof. Oof there, mate. Oofers. It's because of your Quebec City people could not chant for We Want Kross at least once during the commercial, something. When Penta is out there, I don't know, just say We Want Kross. You know what? Who could have been sent to this Fatal 4-Way? Penta. Penta was there at what was it that he came out? What was it that he came out and we're like, what are you doing here? In Crown Jewel or in Saudi, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, dude, technically, Penta has been feuding with Seth more than Jey Uso.
Yes. It's like, what are you...
And that French crowd would have gone crazy for Penta. Cero miedo, ole, 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 ole. That would have been sick.
But instead, we have him going up against... Who did he go up against, Penta? It wasn't a bad match.
He didn't even have a match.
Did he have a match recently?
Oh, the 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that was against Grayson Waller. Yeah, decent match.
That bad.
Against Big G. Against the decadent white chocolate. white chocolate croissant.
Hey, I'm telling you this, dude. The New Day, they're like cockroaches. They survive. They can survive anything.
I'm having fun with the New Day. I'm having fun with the New Day. Yeah.
It's like the Family Guy joke. Eventually, like, all right, you got me now. All right, now we're in. I'm in.
Oh, the constant repetition.
Yes, it's like, all right, New Day, you're annoying. You're mourning. Get out of here. Oh my God, they're still mourning. Stop it. Wait, where's this big hat?
Where's this hat? Oh, now there's a little hat. Dude, my favorite part of that was he tried to decapitate me with that hat. Yeah, Penta should be banned from wearing hats.
Did you hear the little reference to Karrion though?
Yes,
TikTok, Adam Pearce, TikTok. Like,
yeah, that's a classic New Day thing, you know, to do a little reference to something taboo. What are you doing, Xavier?
Where's Carlito, dude?
I don't know, in Puerto Rico probably. Right? Yeah, I thought I saw him around in some wrestling promotion in the New Jersey area for SummerSlam.
The dude took so many wicked spears. Had a little love interest with Raquel, and then
never went anywhere. And then nada. Well, let's move on here, man. Wait, what else? What else?
Who else? Let's let Triple H cook. Who else has been brought back by Triple H and still around? Can you tell me some names?
Still around?
Yeah, tell me the names that were brought back by Triple H. Dakota Kai?
Dakota Kai is one of them. Braun Strowman.
I'm Braun Strowman.
Ashante the Adonis was brought back.
And then
he's gone now. He literally went gone this week. Top Dollar brought back, and now he's gone.
Well, he's still in TNA, but yeah.
Yeah, but
he was on NXT. He was on NXT, but yes,
he was on NXT. That's correct.
Now he's Francis. So okay,
that's correct. We had obviously Karrion Kross, Scarlett, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Emma got brought back, AOP got brought back, Tegan Knox got brought back, Valhalla got brought back, gone. All of them.
I thought you were doing the New Day thing again. Fake.
God. Dude, that the way they say God just keeps getting more and more guttural. It's working for me. Weirdly, it is. It's like it's cringy bad, but cringy good. They've become like a Family Guy cutaway, like you said.
They're like Team Rocket, dude. They're just so annoyingly bad. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but adding Grayson Waller just works because Grayson Waller's even worse. So it's like, oh god, the Grayson Waller's even worse. So it's just.
Wait, am I allowed on this New Day train? Is this a train? Is this something else? Is this like a life vest, a life jacket that they're on right now? Not even a life raft. They're just wearing life jackets floating around.
Come on in, man. We need the more the merrier, dude. We're having a good time over here. I mean, someone said in one of my comments on the YouTube channel was like, Karrion Kross train is not ending. Is just the destination's different. We're going somewhere else.
Nah, man. If it's not in the WWE, destination's gone. That's a joke. All right, that's a joke. Relax, chill.
Relax.
I see you in the Patreon comments about to leave some sort of mean comment about how I'm some sort of Fed-loving loser. Nice.
And they pay for that.
Who's mean to me in the comments section on Patreon? Let's call them out now. Who's mean to me on a regular basis? Where is this?
I know one. I know Jay is mean to me, but I told him if you're not nice to me, I'm at peace with it.
Philly from Clee, he's mean to me in the Patreon comments. See, that's what you get when you get your Patreon subscription. You get called out for being mean to Santi.
I said, with peace and love, I know you're probably here for Santi. That's fine. But he doesn't read your comments.
Well, I've proven that I do. Literally in real time, reading them as we go.
It's all good. You pay that $5.
You can say what you want.
You help me go to Disneyland with the kids. You know what I mean? You help me get that fast pass, hanging out with Princess Diana. I probably froze, but I'm all excited. There we go.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, right. Princess Tiana. Hell yeah.
We haven't really discussed the Naomi injury. We talked about it. Work, not work. Let's pretend that it's real. I'm leaning towards it is because
wrestling is real. It's still real to me, Santi.
It's real to me, damn it. I'm leaning towards the side that it's real because it felt so sudden and so secretive. The way that it was handled on Monday Night Raw.
Before. Yeah, it was like hours before.
It was hours before. The WWE, to their credit, they're not ones to advertise something heavily and then pull the rug from under, right? That they're not the type to do that.
Three things on WWE.com at the time.
Yeah. Like we're literally right before the show. And if they do something like that, it's a story element that gets paid off on that very same episode so that the people that paid good money to get in the arena get to see the people that were advertised in some capacity. We literally saw nothing of Naomi. Not backstage segment, nothing at all whatsoever. That's leading me to think that there is an injury here and that they're weighing how bad it is. Like, what is her situation here? Is this a strip the championship? Is this can we leave it on her and hopefully, rub some dirt on it and she'll be good by Clash in Paris and she just needs bed rest and no stress of travel to make it better? If she is injured and it is a take time off and drop the championship belt, the women's division on Monday Night Raw will be fine. Naomi, for her, this is cataclysmic, dude, because she is on such a roll. She is crushing it. How often did we say on this podcast that she has the potential to be one of the top heels in all of women's professional wrestling? If the heel run is booked well, we were there, and she was crushing it. She was even getting over this stupid little shtick of mispronouncing Stephanie Valcrow, Stephanie Bacray, and saying her name wrong in every time that they were together. She was getting things over. She was getting popular. She was getting good heat. She was having good matches. This would be the worst possible time to stop the Naomi train because it's chugging along. And if she were to have to take extended time off, you know how WWE is, man. You're just a spoke on the wheel, and the wheel keeps moving. It keeps turning. And that's why I say the Raw division will be fine. A little bit of growing pains as they try to find a new top heel and whatnot, but it'll be fine. But Naomi, the halt of momentum, cataclysmic. I hope it's a work, but it'd be a weird work, wouldn't it? Like just disappearing, not like advertised, and then whoop, just kidding, not here, no TV time. really, when you think about it, hardly mentioning Naomi as well. They mentioned she's not medically cleared. But even in like the backstage segments with Io and Stephanie, they didn't really talk about Naomi either. It's leading me to think that we might not get Naomi for the foreseeable future, or they're weighing the damage of a very real injury and not a work. But again, now everything can be a work. We're in that slippery slope that we were talking about earlier in the show.
But the thing is like it could be a work, but it's not being played out on TV. That's the problem. Like I would have liked Naomi to get attacked by some mystery person. I know that probably would turn Naomi face, but it could have easily been that. They could have done something unless her injury is internal or something of that aspect that she cannot take a bump. Like look at Jade Cargill. Maybe we don't know if Jade Cargill was injured or she was like put on the ice for whatever reasons. But when Jade Cargill was all of a sudden found on top of a car, you're like, oh my God, Jade's getting written off TV. If they're gonna write off Naomi, like don't do it this way because it doesn't add anything. There's no heat for anybody. Like Liv Morgan, her injury, it happened on TV, sure, but the whole thing is that Roxy was able to take over that spot and like get heat for being the one that's being the succubus of the new Judgment Day, right? So now we know that when Liv comes back, Roxy's going to be the one that she goes against. We don't know who's going to be Naomi's opponent. Is she just going to come back and challenge the new face or the top championship face at the time? No clue. And I think that's where the WWE currently is losing some of its magic of creating that. Like look at Rhea Ripley's injury. They got really lucky, and in a sense, I know luck is a bad word here, where Rhea got hurt in a beatdown from Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan was able to carry with that, and they were able to say this is where it happened. But time and time again, I feel like when there's something that doesn't fall into WWE's lap, that creatively they kind of just go with like, well, they vacated and we're moving on type of thing.
If they do vacate, Sancho, let's play out these scenarios.
Sure, I'd rather than vacate than keep the title on her and the title not come around.
I agree. I agree and disagree.
It,
but like
the IC title is going to take over that spot.
I know, but like at least they have the IC title to be able to fill in that spot, right? What if it's a 2-month she's gone? Do you want the title stripped? I have like if we're talking 5 months, strip the title. If we're talking 2 months, I feel like we have a tougher conversation here, especially because of the time of the year that it is, right? We're not building to anything that major right now.
I mean, if she comes back at Bad Blood, sure. But again, there's no reason. There's no like what happened, what ejected her, what got her hurt, who's responsible. So there is a payoff. I feel like if there is no payoff plan for her injury, then you could safely vacate the title. But when you vacate a title, you turn her face.
Yeah, or you kind of murder her.
Or you could say she never came back, or she's gone and she took the title, and that way you could have the real champion versus the one that the WWE vacate, and they could have a match. And then you know what I mean? You could set that up. But who would you like? Because Stephanie Vaquer needs an opponent at Clash.
Yeah, but having Io lose, and now Io in this program with Asuka. I don't really know who that leaves Stephanie Vaquer to go up against. It almost sounds like they're gonna cancel the match at Clash in Paris, especially with what Stephanie said, saying I was also expecting a world championship match, and then she walks away from Io Sky, kind of leaving it like maybe she isn't getting it anymore. If the expectation isn't being met, might mean that she's not getting it. That's why I don't know, man. Like, it's a bit of a tough situation without knowing details of how long she's going to be gone. Like, I'd rather Stephanie Vaquer get a match, and you would think that the best natural opponent, if not Naomi, it would be Io. But then having Io lose to Roxanne Perez kind of damages the ability for us to get there in a logical way. So I'm just kind of throwing hands up in the air. Hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. And allowing WWE to take me on this ride. I don't know what's going to happen, man.
What about a battle royale to set up the winner goes against Stephanie Vaquer for the vacating champion?
I guess.
Who would you want on the roster? Who would you want on the roster? That's not Io.
That's not. Well, the answer is Io. But if it's not Io,
this is where Charlotte Flair could have come into play.
That Charlotte Flair versus Stephanie Vaquer would be pretty hype. I mean, I also think it'd be kind of hype to do somebody just new, like, oh, we're guaranteed a brand new women's world champion here. Lyra Valkyria is out of the IC title picture. That would have been a cool, like, step up, right? Hey, well, you did the classic IC title to world title picture, and Lyra versus Stephanie Vaquero would be pretty dope if they're able
you're
to
saying
accept.
you don't want to put the belt on Stephanie.
I never said that. I said Lyra get the match and get elevated to the world title scene, not saying win the world title. Bailey, if they could accelerate this heel turn, that could be sick. Or maybe that's kind of like the last domino, Gravity, all it needs is one last push. And maybe one last big loss to a Stephanie Vaquette is what drives Bailey over the edge. No pun intended, former pay-per-view name. Maybe they just go, hey, just new faces. Give me a new hairstyle Ivy Nile out there versus Stephanie Vaquette. That'd be pretty cool too. What's up? La Grande Americana?
Yes! Grande Americana versus Stephanie Vaquette, dude. Do it. And it's Ivy now.
Well, it has to be.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. If they ever do La Grande Americana, it should be Ivy. It really should.
And then out comes, like, it's Stephanie Vaquette sitting there, like, I'm ready for my opponent. And then
La Grande Americana comes out, which goes again. Oh my God, which works because she's a luchadora.
Yeah.
The La Grande Americana is there to insult luchadors. That's it. We booked it. Clash in Paris, La Grande Americana versus Stephanie Vaquette.
If you're gonna put the belt on, like, I obviously Naomi would have won this match, right? Naomi.
Yeah, I would assume.
It would have been a close match. But if Io Sky's busy, Charlotte's busy, Bianca Belair is still hurt with her fingers. Everybody's tied up in a match. You could have a Nia Jax, sure. Nia Jax is a servable. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Nia Jax would have put on a fine match at Clash. Okay. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm hoping some husband or wife out there does that to their significant other, where they just go, don't do that on me, don't do that. But no, I really do think that if you're gonna have the belt on Stephanie eventually, if that's an option, have fun with it and expand the Grande Americana verse. Okay, do it, because then they could have a feud, dude. Ivy Nile versus, or allegedly, Grande Americana versus Stephanie Vaquette. Ooh, and then put them on Triplemania.
Why not, dude? Man, speaking of Triplemania, let me pull up the card for it because they've added more matches and more WWE talent to it because it's this Saturday.
I'm doing a watch party for it. Yes, sir. See.
Triplemania 2025. I love that it's going to be free on YouTube. I think it's such a great idea.
Got 4 million views last time.
Yeah. All right. So, Flammer versus Fabi Apache versus Natalia. So we got Natalia out there. I kind of hope she goes out there.
Natalia?
That's what I was going to say. I'm hoping that she goes out there in her Natty Neidhart attire and get up. This will actually be fun. El Messias versus El Hijo del Dr. Wagner.
Wow, okay.
No WWE names in there.
La Hydra on the card, sir.
Not yet. We have Los Garzas defending the tag team titles against Pagano and Psycho Clown, so WWE. We have, of course, the main event, El Hijo del Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee versus El Grande Americano. 75% of it is WWE. And then recently added is Mr. Iguana versus Nino Hamburguesa versus Lola Vice versus the Judgment Day, which I think is so awesome. The Judgment Day is just here. All right.
With the Hamburger Kid, baby.
Now, the Judgment Day being here means they're obviously going to be in the building, and I think they are going to help Dominic win. I think Dominic walks out as the triple the mega champion,
and no one's gonna boo him, bro.
No, they love him there.
He's gonna win, and they're gonna cheer him, and it's gonna be like when the hyenas help Scar become king. That's what's happening. Everyone's gonna cheer for Scar. Hell
Be
yeah.
prepared.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dude,
dun,
that's
dun,
such a good
dun,
song.
dun,
Be
dun, dun,
prepared. Oh, so good. You
That's
like the
Dom,
live
dude,
action
for me.
Lion King?
No, because the animals, they don't express themselves. Because there's something about, when they draw animal cartoons,
I'm
they
with you.
have human characteristic faces, so you could kind of relate to it.
Yeah.
But when you do realistic, it's like, ew.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a pro wrestling match with real rules and you're like, what's going on? This is weird. It's uncanny. Okay. I don't like it.
Shout
Like
out the MMA rules match, greatest match of the year. Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler at SummerSlam 2023.
where were you when what's her name? Holly Holmes?
Holly Holm
Knocked out Ronda
knocked
Rousey.
her
Dude.
the fuck out. Back then, I watched every UFC pay-per-view.
Yep.
I was watching it live. I was
at a Buffalo Wild Wings with my brother-in-law, and he was younger at the time.
Yeah.
And
I was at a bar too.
We gotta watch Ronda Rousey, and we walked to it, and because it was at Hollywood, and when we watched it, everyone was just like, "Oh my god!"
Well, dude, if Ronda Rousey's running UFC is so fun because she was in on the ground floor of women's MMA. So it'd be like Ronda Rousey, a bronze medalist at the Olympic Games in I can't remember, was it judo? Either way, bronze medalist in a legit part of segment of MMA, and she's out there just whooping ass of this like. Yeah, I do this for fun. I'm an accountant in my full-time job. Oh, I'm a mother of five. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I do MMA for fun. She's just out there pub stomping on people, like until of course the real fighters get in, the Amanda Nunez's of the world, the Holly Holmes. Then they start beating the piss out of Ronda Rousey. It's like, welcome to reality. You're no longer fighting, my dentist who is moonlighting as an MMA fighter in the UFC.
I remember watching her prep for that match in her stand-up game. We were just like, oh no, Ronda Rousey's in trouble.
Yeah, dude, that's a canon event in sports. Ronda Rousey just getting fucking dummied. Good times.
Oh man,
good times.
Mike. So that kind of brings me to this point with UFC, WWE, and sports under one umbrella, almost, so to speak. When I go to Bleacher Report and there's that tab for WWE, it always feels like it's taboo.
They hide it. They hide it.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like, what are we going to get with ESPN and now WWE? I've always brought this up in the podcast, is like, how does sports fans feel when Pat McAfee just starts going into kayfabe, right? And he has Triple H, and he has The Rock, and he has John Cena, he had Adam Cole. Like, what's your thought process? You're like, oh my God, well, he's not talking about college football. I have to listen to him talk about Michael Cole and whatever happened on WWE programming. Is the WWE going to be more intertwined? Are they going to have Seth Rollins, who's been on sports shows, do his own sports show? Is someone going to get a sports show out of it from the WWE?
He took over the Rich Eisen show.
Yeah, and to build up the kayfabe injury. But it's interesting to me. It's like, where does it go? How does that relationship work? Will sports fan will they accept us, or will they continue to shun us out and be like, what is this fake sport doing here? I don't know. I don't see the crossover. I don't see the ESPN mingling of this ecosystem that they're hoping for, that the football fan will come over to wrestling and watch some wrestling, right? I don't see the WWE fan going, oh, I want to watch some SEC college football, right? So that's where I'm wondering, like, where do they see this meeting of fans and congealing? I don't see it, brother. I don't see it. Didn't they try to have tailgating at SummerSlam?
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. I don't want to do that as a wrestling fan. I just want to get in the building. So it's like, I don't see the intertwining. Do you see it? I mean, I see it with hockey, but I don't see it with
What do you mean you see it with hockey? Like WWE and hockey?
For me, hockey and WWE kind of blend for some reason. I guess because of Bret Hart and all the famous Canadian wrestlers, right? They kind of meld together really well. They gel together. I mean, look at Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens pulling out the hockey sweaters.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, because there's the goon culture in hockey that is not gooner. before you start thinking that no, the goon culture in hockey, which is to fight, right? Like it's an accepted practice in the wonderful, beautiful sport that is hockey. Beautiful sport, amazing sport, greatest sport out there. I do love hockey. But I don't know. I guess I've never really thought about it having the theatrics of I don't know. I just don't see wrestling meshing with any sport, not even UFC. Like I see them as such different things. I'm a big sports fan. I love the big four sports. I love world sports as well outside of North America. Big fan of Olympic volleyball. So much fun. You should watch it. It's great. Everyone says it's great, not just me. Everyone
talking
around.
about beach volleyball or volleyball?
Both beach and regular volleyball are insane. When you watch a high level volleyball game, it's like how do you do this?
But then from a guy who plays badminton, by the way.
High level badminton too, brother, is insane. We watched and you're telling me you weren't entertained by high level badminton?
I was waiting for someone to hit somebody with a chair at some point. Like, why are we watching this at Match Club?
But I'm a huge sports fan. I watch anything and everything under the sun, and I still see it as the separation of church and state. I don't consider me, when I'm watching wrestling, me being at a live sporting event. It is not the same as to when I go to an NFL game. My mentality is different. The way I'm enjoying what I'm seeing is different. And I don't know that I can quite put words to mouth here, but if anything, when I go to a live wrestling show, it's closer to if I'm going to a Broadway play than I am going to an NBA game. It's just different. And I don't know how to explain it.
Well, there is NBA. I mean, they're trying with the NBA and WWE.
They are,
right?
But like, it's getting rejected by fans. Like fans don't like it. Fans in the WWE don't like it. NBA fans probably don't even know that it's happening. The NBA dwarfs WWE in terms of overall global reach. I don't know, man. Like, I just see them so different to each other. I don't see them intermingling any sport in WWE.
You ever had a weird roommate?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's us. Here it comes. Hey, can I put this here? That's us, WWE. Like, hey, can I put this cutout here of Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah, we're the weird ones. That's the thing.
Exactly. Like, are you gonna eat that? That's us.
You're gonna finish this 5-day-old salad?
It's going to be an interesting relationship. Someone else was talking about how is when Disney takes over, is Disney going to change programming? I don't think so. Disney has gotten a little bit better about that. Like, look at the Deadpool series, right? That series is still crazy as mess. And I don't think it's like they don't have time to mingle or mess with WWE programming to be like, ooh, this is too crazy. And plus WWE is not that crazy right now. We thought they'd be crazy with Netflix, but they're not.
They censor fans.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, their match had not had any blood, so I think we're gonna be okay.
Oh, hang on now. That tear shot was a little too much.
Oh, Toodles! My God, it's Toodles! Toodles! The mouse control is illegal.
It might impact us as content creators. Disney taking over the big mouse.
The mouse, bro. The mouse may be knocking on their doors, dude. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I mean, reaction content's fun. It's easy to grow, but it's like for me, the real sticky is the YouTube channel, and I have enjoyed that journey so much.
I'm glad that you're so focused on the YouTube. I mean, off of the pod, I've been telling that to you, like driving it into you, like we got to get your wrestling going on YouTube, and I'm glad that it's the ball is rolling down the hill and it's rolling fast, because that's the play, man. Because reaction content, I've been doomsday prepping for the end of reaction content for years. Like I have. I mean. Let's face it, the first one to get banned is always me. It's always me. I'm your canary in the coal mine. The second that my pages get axed by the big mouse, stop it. But I think that once Disney takes over for PLEs, I'm not going to post reaction for PLEs. I just don't think that oh, that 1 day boost of posting PLE reactions is worth losing everything, because I'm assuming I'll still be able to post Raws and SmackDowns. And at the end of the day, as a content creator, that's what makes the bread. That's what gets people there on a weekly basis coming in and out to check out your page and then check out all of the other stuff that you do. Once Disney takes over and it's on ESPN, I am not going to post PLE reactions. And unfortunately, the first show is WrestleMania for under the ESPN umbrella.
See what you're posting there, pal. Posting their finishes?
I don't think that's fair use. Haha.
It's gonna be Mickey Mouse rule.
Check your email. It's a cease and desist. Haha.
Cease and desist.
Oh my god!
Hey,
all
the
right.
mouse don't play. The
mouse line
wants
rules,
to
man.
He's gonna go. You know who we are, Chico. You know. What I'm
Yeah. When the cameras are off, he sounds like Razor Remote.
And Goofy's Kevin Nash, bro. Big Daddy Cool. Yo, someone made that. Dude, that was my favorite time. I mentioned this before with South Park with Cross with WWE. Great times.
Good times, man. All right, well, let's move on here. Io Sky versus Asuka, or like Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Is this doing something for you? What is your initial gut feeling here?
It feels like deja vu, man, with Damage Control.
Okay.
And that's like it's the same type of they're like the same thing with Bailey. They're just ousting out Io now. I don't like it.
Do you see maybe Bailey coming in and joining Asuka and Kairi, rebuilding?
Ooh, I would love
Damage
that.
Control.
I love Damage Control. Damage Control was so cool when they like at that SummerSlam moment sticks with me because I was there in Nashville. So I would love that, man. I've always said that Bailey does so great as a leader. She's not a great babyface solo chasing so much because she doesn't have her bite anymore. But when she's a heel and she has her bite and in her in-ring matches together, it's so good, dude. I love it. But I just don't like them replaying the hits with Io and Asuka and Kairi and Bailey. That's the issue. And like I said, it reminds me of Roman, Seth, and CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. It's like they're replaying a hit that we just saw. They just did this, Santi.
Mm-hmm. WWE likes doing this, man, especially at around this time of the year. How many times have we seen the Judgment Day storyline play out over and over and over again, and they just kind of keep doing it again and doing it again in some way, shape, or form? Same thing, different people. Weren't you the one that was advocating not that long ago that we need a women's faction? Here you go.
We need a women's faction for sure, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that same faction again.
I know, but who else?
I still wanted the Four Horsewomen without, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. I thought the Four Horsewomen makes sense when Becky Lynch was literally standing over Lyra and giving the thing to the crowbar to Bailey. And I was like, oh, yes. I was like, yes. Now you snap Bailey. Now you're forming two of the Four Horsemen. And then they could go after a Charlotte Flair to try to turn her heel. Then you have tag matches with Becky, Bailey, and Alexa and Charlotte. I was like, dude, I'm in.
Yeah, you were like,
and then we get 3 Four Horsewomen, and then there's speculation that maybe they're gonna try to go get Mercedes Moné back into WWE by luring the 3 Horsewomen out of the 4. Dun, 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 dun.
CEO.
Would you rather be a belt collector or a shoe collector?
A belt collector.
I don't know, dude. The shoe collector's funny. I laughed so hard because I thought Bronson Reed was going to take Jey Uso's shoes.
Me too, dude.
But then I looked at Jey Uso's shoes, and they're just Air Force Ones.
Who needs that? Who needs those peasant-ass shoes?
He was like, he doesn't want those. I mean, he has 4s and not all over him, He has Roman's 6 shoes. He's like,
I don't need these. I do. I wanted him to take the shoes, though, symbolically at the very least.
Take them and then throw them, or
Yeah. Don't wear them. They're not worth wearing, but worth taking.
Why does the WWE think this shoe thing is going to be a big moment, right? Roman taking his shoes back. If I was Roman, I'm like, great, I don't have to pack these shoes anymore.
Dude, I think it's cool that the shoe thing got over because I won't ever know, but like my gut feeling is that the shoe thing was an improv done in the moment, and it's gotten over. The people are chanting for the shoe La Fala, and it's more than anything, man. It's given Bronson Reed identity. He didn't have identity within that group. He was just sort of, I'm big and scary, and I hit people with tsunamis. Braun Breaker was starting to break out like as a character. He was getting nuance. He was getting layers within his character. Obviously, Seth is Seth. Paul is Paul. They're made men. But Bronson just sort of always felt like he was just a body within this group. But now this whole tribal thief thing, taking the shoes, the big bully in the schoolyard, it's giving him something, and it's gaining some traction here. And I'm on board for it. Like you said, you thought he was going to take the shoes. I was rooting for him to take the shoes. Like, let's go, tribal thief. Let's do your thing. It's working. I can't believe wearing a Ula Fala made of shoes is what's going to get Bronson Reed over. But it's there. It's there.
You think that match happens at Clash?
Do I hope it happens? Is that what you're asking? Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have some Roman than no Roman. And I think that's a new, unique matchup that we haven't seen before. Obviously, we saw them going at each other at Survivor Series War Games last year. But we haven't seen a proper Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns match and feud. And hey, Bronson Reed had a great program and feud with Seth Rollins, right? That they're cut from the same cloth, Roman and Seth. I think that this is going to be great too. Now, it won't be as good because he's not there every single week because he's on that Tribal Chief schedule. But hey, it's more matches for Clash in Paris, and I'm here for that.
They can write him off.
Write who off?
Roman, by eating like 5-6 tsunamis.
I'm here for that.
See, that's how Bronson Reed looks strong. He could lose, but then he could tsunami you to death.
Yes,
he's like the big brother that turns off the console when he's about to lose. You know what I'm saying? Pulls the controller. So he's like, "Oh, I lost, but I really?"
But lose? Did I? You first of all, you did not cross the finish line in DK Jungle Way, so you did not win. M64 Mario Kart, great game. Best Mario Kart, Sancho.
Mario Kart 64. I know people love to say Double Dash. I respect your decision, but the Mario Kart 64, I felt that there was a lot of skill involved to it. Like I could hop and drift my way around that map a lot better than any other game because the other game felt too floaty. Mario Kart 64 felt just right. Now I like Mario Kart World.
It's good.
That game's pretty dope. That game's dope. I love the knockout world thing.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite game mode.
You still yet to challenge the king of.
You think you're the king?
I'm the king.
I'm the king. The real king, though, is John Cena. He's back at the top of the mountain as a baby face, and we are down to 11 dates for John Cena as a baby face. And brother, that is not a lot. That is a handful of appearances left between now and the end of the year, of course, including PLEs and his appearances on Friday Night SmackDown. I like that his appearance on Friday Night SmackDown this past episode included a match. I almost hope that we kind of start doing that now that he's a babyface, right? It would be a very babyface thing to do that on all of the episodes of SmackDown. He has a match of some sort, even if it's a quick 5-minute match against somebody that he's never faced before. It gives us those little tastes of never before seen matches without, the big hoopla of it having to be a pay-per-view. Give me, Carmelo Hayes is out there trying to make a name for himself. Give me Carmelo Hayes versus John Cena. Give me Aleister Black versus John Cena. Give me all of these micro matches, micro feuds that could start and end within the same episode of SmackDown during his appearances on SmackDown so that we're not just relegated to promos with John Cena's last few dates, because it's becoming very real, man. And I'm doing everything in my power to go to John Cena's retirement match. I'm planning on being there. Dr. Octopus, engage.
You want Monster of the Week. That's what you want.
Yeah.
John Cena, the hero, shows up. Monster of the Week shows up, and they take
and they lose to
right?
Cena.
Yeah, and then there's like a new episode. None of that really mattered in sense of like the long-term stories. He moves on to the next thing. I thought this was a fun thing. I thought it was fun. What a big get for Logan Paul, man, if you really think about it, to have a match against John Cena at Clash. Like all that's going to be huge for him. And I know people don't like Logan Paul, but he looks so natural in that ring, in that tag team match on SmackDown. I enjoyed it so much, and he felt like a veteran running around and having those weekly SmackDown tag team matches with Teddy Long coming out, introducing it. I enjoyed it so much, and I think like that match between him and John Cena at Clash is going to be a really solid. It could steal the show because Logan could pull something out amazing. And I think like there you could have celebrity hijinks involved. Like you could get that taste of Mania where you get somebody in a prime bottle type of thing because John Cena would attract that. John Cena would attract somebody from Logan's people, right, to have a moment with them. Speaking of Logan Paul, quickly, Karrion Kross gave him props and said it was Logan Paul that got him. So that was really interesting.
That was cool.
It was really cool. So I'm interested in it. I think John Cena as a face, it's as if we could have been here. I still say this with all of my heart that we could have built up to these moments because the crowd would have understood the stakes that he has 11 appearances left. And it would have swelled higher and higher, and the pops would have been louder and louder because he would have been like, oh my God, we're at the 10th one. We're at the 9th one. We're at the 8th one. We're part of history. We're at this 5th last appearance here in what state, whatever. But, we took a detour to Heel Town for 5 months. And it was fun, but it's like you had to go through the story or the presentation, the keynote of the TED Talk of heel John Cena to get to the reverence of, we thank you, John. Appreciate you. You're a bad guy in today's show, but hey, we love you at the end of the day, right? There was always that moment of thank you, John Cena. And he had always that look back at things of the sort. But to start off from the rip, like, yes, we're on board. We're here to celebrate. Really cool. And that kid, dude, when they cut to that kid, he's like so hype and excited, and then the emotions overwhelm him and he starts to cry. I was like, I know where you've been, brother. I've been there. Meanwhile, Belgian kid down in the dumps. Dude, I love our John Cena and R-Truth. John Cena's like, you made a kid in Belgium cry, man. What's wrong?
Just gaslighting R-Truth. It looks like we're getting goofy R-Truth back.
We are, and I said this as well. It's like I've never seen WWE retcon something so easily with one sentence. And I know, look, I've said this in my videos that R-Truth as Ron Killings was interesting. The idea is like, I'm in the driver's seat now, cuts his hair, and we're like, ooh. And his matches are like, ooh, they're more pro wrestling like. I'm like, ooh. But the WWE didn't know what to do with it. And they gave him nothing to work with.
Hot at the wrong time.
Hot at the wrong time. And I think you sound like Chet. You ever seen this Chet character on Instagram?
No.
Look it up, dude. CHIT. Just watch the entire Instagram account.
Okay, the whole thing. All right.
The whole thing. It would take you 20 minutes and you'd be up to speed on Chet. Do it, lady. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I feel that R-Truth and all that stuff would have happened with the ending of John Cena. That was part of that story, that timeline. And now that that's gone and they erased it all, I've seen people say, like, I'd rather see Ron on the Livings do something than his old shtick of R-Truth. But you cannot find a comedic wrestler in today's game. It is so difficult. It's probably the hardest thing to find, a genuine comedic wrestler, a comedic presence that could be inserted anywhere and be revered. They're hard to come by. They're almost generational at this point. Mick Foley, Santino, R-Truth. Like, can you think of any other comedic? Sandow, maybe, right? Was one of those ones.
I did think it was weird that they tried to turn him into this serious character after the whole We Want Truth thing. We were chanting for the guy they fired, which was the fun-loving comedy Truth. So I don't know. I don't know whose idea it was. Okay, so we're giving the fans what they want. Let's change it up. I don't know. I didn't ask for an R-Truth push. I didn't ask for an R-Truth character revamp. I wanted R-Truth in the company. I wanted the R-Truth that I know and love. So I always found it a little bit odd and jarring that they changed up his character and they try to be more serious with him. It's like, oh, that's not the guy I was chanting for, but okay, you guys are going to try something. And then classic WWE didn't actually execute on it.
I would have loved for him to say R-Truth, but do nefarious things like a Joker, Joker-like,
sure.
More playful. But instead we got him to hand off the baton between Damian Priest and Aleister Black.
There you go, guys. And hand off the baton for Cena versus Punk as well. He was just handing batons, brother. Left, right, and center.
Oh, brother. And Damian Priest is gone. What are we going to do? You know,
Dude,
the Wepa King.
The Wepa King. Oh,
What is a hairline fracture in his chin?
Is that what it was? It was a hairline fracture?
Yeah, from the brutal knee strike from Aleister Black. That was a gnarly knee strike. At least they... See, that's what I mean. Injured, right? What do? They add more heat to Aleister Black by letting him take, like, credit for it. Like, saying, yeah, it was me that did it. I'll see you later. I'm going to hold down the fort, whatever. Like, that kind of stuff, like, I feel like it's blending the lines of kayfabe and real injury and keeping things at least going forward in the storyline.
I agree. New heat order?
New heat order. Oh, little pumpkin son.
What do you mean?
Your ass is on the thumbnail. You can't even hang for another 20 minutes.
No, this takes us like 15 minutes.
Boo.
And
this is your king. This is your man on the thumbnail. You can't even give a 2-hour podcast.
This is going to be 2 hours.
No, all you gotta do is turn on the camera. But around 2 hours, I peter out. I get tired.
At 2 hours, let's turn it off so I can have a nap.
We never even talked about Charlotte and Alexa.
Great, awesome,
right.
Terrible segment.
What?
That was awful. Oh my God, you're in the minority, brother. That was an awful segment.
I loved it.
It was so bad.
I did not like the whole thing before the high school improv thing.
This was more high school improv.
No.
Oh, brother.
And then the match when Charlotte got hit with a hit.
Ladies.
Hit with a kill switch. And all of a sudden, Charlotte licks the frosting off. And
I like the match. No, I'm talking about
it's all part of it.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No. The match was fine.
You enjoying the show?
Dude, the high school level acting. What I liked about Charlotte and Alexa was that it felt organic. It felt like it wasn't being forced. It's starting to feel forced. I'm still enjoying it, but like it's like the charm of this is starting to. It's not the same charm, and this isn't the reason I initially fell in love with this. Now, like we're doing some forceful acting here.
Now that they have gold, you don't like it.
No, that's not it. Oh, brother.
Can't have that on television. Can't have cakes and girls. Gotta get that off there.
Can't have the two together, man. That's
your
not good enough for the mouse.
Can't wear that. Minnie wouldn't wear that.
All right. Okay, we have overextended our Mickey Mouse impressions. Go to new heat order.
I was merely born in it. You think this gives you power over me?
For you.
I was saying, is this your king? Is this who you ride behind?
They do.
The new heat order is a fun list that we put together on a weekly basis to talk about the buzz, who keeps us back, who keeps us locked in. It is done with these graphics that we spend so much money on. Is number one John Cena?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, give me Jonathan Cena still.
John Cena coming in hot at number one. Cody Rhodes joining, having that tag team. I thought it was just serviceable.
Cody Rhodes how about Drew, though? Drew at 2, taking out Cody there.
I know we didn't talk about this in the pod because you're getting tired. But
we didn't even have it in the show notes. All right, don't even blame me for that.
I do feel like Drew McIntyre should win.
He could.
He should.
Yeah. The whole Rock looming and making every feud filler until he comes back, that's gone. Drew could win. He's going to hold till Mania. Are you sure? Like, what? Would you even want that? A guy that's about to take time off? I don't think so. We're back to the short title reigns, man. Ask Jey Uso. Ask Gunther. Ask CM Punk. Ask John Cena. John Cena. That was, 4 months that John Cena was champ? We're back to having championships change, and I think it is entirely plausible. Albeit unlikely, that Drew McIntyre wins, but it's not impossible. I'm not going into this like I did for Clash in Paris. Backlash France last year, where I was like, well, obviously AJ's not winning this, but I'm going to try and enjoy it, but obviously AJ's not winning this. No, I'm going into this. I'm going to enjoy this, and there's a possibility that Drew McIntyre actually wins.
You think we're going to hot potato this until we figure out who's the guy? I mean, only say that because of Cody Rhodes and things of that sort.
Maybe, but like Drew McIntyre being champion opens up the door for so many new opponents. You know, some baby faces on SmackDown getting a crack at this. Because even when John Cena, okay, because even when John Cena was champ, it was a very exclusive group that could go after a Cena, right? But a Drew McIntyre, that's open season for any babyface on SmackDown.
Number 2, Drew McIntyre.
Jacob
that was a
Fatu
6th spot, by the way.
Versus Drew McIntyre?
Oh, yeah. That was a 6th spot against the underneath of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that sound Joe Tessitore made was funny. His reaction to Sami Zayn roll-up on Solo Sikoa was so over the top.
Dude, the reaction to the cake on Prettier was like a little over the top.
That's my criticism on Joe is like, I've been there before where you think that something hits a 10 and it's because you're other pot. Number 3. Can I put by the way, I love the match between Io Sky and Roxy. That was fun.
That was a good match.
That's moonsault right to their chest was gnarly.
We could probably go Logan Paul here. We could probably do those 4, Logan and then Cody at 4.
No, why Cody? I think Cody again was just there. Like he didn't feel like dog. I got so brainwashed. I was like, oh, where's John Cena's belt? When John Cena came out, because his pop was like a championship quality pop, right? I was like, oh, where's his belt? Where did it go? Did he have? Is it getting the?
You can't see it.
You can't see it. Number 4. I don't think Cody Rhodes is on this list, to be honest.
Okay, all right. What about?
As a kid saying, dead ass.
Dead ass. Not sure.
Okay, let's look. Let's just chill. Becky? No.
Oh, I did not like that match with Maxine.
You didn't like that match with Maxine?
No.
Maxine wearing the sky blue. She looked like a superstar. Come on now.
Nah.
Powder blue. The powder blues. You know what? I would have liked Nikki Bella to be involved in that. That would have
Bailey.
No, I'm not feeling that.
Okay. All right.
No.
We could do Io here. Great match segment with the Asuka feud.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, it's crazy that she's getting deep storylines when she loses the title. How the hell does that make sense?
No love for CM Punk, LA Knight.
I'd probably have Io over both of them right now.
Time out. Karrion Kross.
He's not in WWE. He's not part of the New Heat order. He's out. What do you want me to do? I'm following the laws. I'm following the rules here.
Bobby Hill on that tricycle. Okay, Dominic Mysterio, number 4.
Sure. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah. Going into Triplemania.
Yeah, I agree.
They used the mask. He had that Ray mask. That was sick, dude. That Mysterio mask he has.
I like it.
Okay. 5 is I'm open to the Baileys, and I'm open to.
All right.
I mean, Wyatt 6 had a good vignette. That was solid.
That's true.
DIY had a funny segment with Street Profits when he's like, "Look at this is husband of the year material."
Great. I mean, really fun promo from Solo, although he lost to Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
But hey, he did jump him on Raw too. Maybe we put MFT here.
Okay, I'll give you that. You
know, showing up on 2 episodes.
I love Rusev. Rusev's been interesting enough. I know I'm wearing a Karrion Kross shirt, but I enjoyed Rusev versus Sami Zayn so much more than anything that Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn put up.
I agree.
Can I put Rusev at 10?
Go ahead, throw Rusev on there. I won't fight back on Rusev.
I could put Bailey at 6 here if you're interested. Any love for Naomi not being around? You put some buzz on that. Naomi at 8.
Okay, yeah, let's put Naomi at 8. Too much, like such a conversation.
Sure.
And we're talking about it, right? Like, is this real?
Any
not
love
real.
for New Day, Penta? I mean, Penta was on commercial. Any love for any of the ladies? Stephanie Becker. I could put EO at 6.
Yeah, let's go EO.
Okay, EO at 6. Okay, like that. Now we have 7 and 9 available here. Here's the list through the expensive graphics. Grande Americano at 9. He didn't really have a good match. I was watching that match. He did nothing really.
No.
Except it was so funny when he was backstage. He was like, "¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó?" All right, let's go, man. A huevo. Nah, dude, the perfect El Grande Americano is this current character plus the in-ring work of the shorter El Grande Americano. Oh, we'd have a generational talent.
You did not think of that. Grande Americano, the Americanos could be a factor of the Mega Championship match.
Yeah, they could imagine El Grande Americano wins the Mega Championship. Oh, dude, I'm here for it. I'm here for it, dude. I hope Vikingo loses. I hope Vikingo loses.
Vikingo's gonna lose. I think that's the way they boo him. I think he's gonna lose. All right, number 9. I'm just looking around.
You want to do a Charlotte and Alexa
at 9?
Sure.
Yeah. I like them enough. Yeah. They got the Char character back.
Yep, Charlie.
All right, that leaves us at 7. I'm down to put Bailey here. If you're interested, is there anyone else that tickle your fancy? CM Punk. I mean, sure. The LA Knight CM Punk felt like a SmackDown match. And it just ends with a beatdown. Seth Rollins.
Just the same thing over and over again.
Braun Breaker giving us math that does not equal 100.
Yeah. You're 47 and you're like 40.
It's like basically 100. That's 100 years old.
What are you gonna do? That was really funny.
Bruh, maybe Jay
we could put maybe
the
Vision. Just put the Vision.
Why are you turning sour on the Vision?
I'm not sour on them. They just didn't do much this week. But still enough, I think, to get on the new Heat order. Shula Fala's getting over. Fun breaker math.
Okay.
You know, Seth was there to stand tall, deliver the beatdown.
He said, "Look in my eyes. What do you see?" Shouts to that Seth Rollins impersonator. That guy was awesome.
He's good.
Here's your new Heat order because the king is tired. Number 10, Rusev. Number 9, Charlotte and Alexa. Number 8, Naomi. Number 7, The Vision. Number 6, Io Sky. Number 5, MFT. Number 4, Dominic. Number 3, Logan Paul. Number 2, Drew McIntyre. Number 1, Cena. No love for Sami Zayn, huh? Biggest pop in Montreal?
No, none at all. None at all. Let's go. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching and listening to this episode of the Wrestling Is Cool podcast. An extra special thank you goes out to our $15 patrons who are the producers of the show and thus do get their name read out. Again, reminder that these are just the ballers. You don't have to pay $15 in order to get all of the content on the Patreon. $5 gets you everything that we do, including the podcast 3 days early. So special baller producer shout out goes out to Jelly Roll and Amp, RVD, Arsanti's favorite wrestlers, Ace 1151, Aiden S, Abreem Zuda, Alex Regal, Alex Waddle, Alfie the Chosen One, American Nightmare, Cody Lander, and new WWE champion Party Brock, Antonia Arjona, Antony Arbach, Ariel Pacheco, Arrogance, Ozzy Kingslayer, Austin Hogland, Authentic Chocolate, Bailey Saunders, Beans Pluto, BFT is the skull crushing finale with less steps, Be Hostile, Bing Bong Wepa, Black Lesnar. I'm trying to open up his profile photo because is that a photo of Brock Lesnar as a black person? I can't tell. It's too small on my end. Blendame, Blue Cord, Bluefish, Bobby, Brayden Primo, Brady Keaton, Brody Cyphers, Caleb Parker, Cameron Waring, Cameron Talks WWE.
Night on this new Heat order.
Dude,
How
it's
dare
over.
you?
It's over. You had your chance. You had your chance to voice yourself, and you didn't say shit. So no, he's off. Cameron talks WWE. Carlos Gonzalez, CB, Chimchar Collectibles.
Main event on Monday Night Raw.
Chris Butner, Lucas, Chris Estes, Christian,
CM Punk,
Christian Anderson, Chucky Gonzalez, Clay, Colby Mayo, Cookies for Sale, Cool Whip Tim,
he's got
Corey
a match
King,
at PLE for a championship belt.
Dalton Dunbar. Come on, load. David Bansel, David Nelson, Derek Barnhart, Devin Geards, Diego Villeta, Digi316, D. Lopez, Do It Now, Go Han, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome, Dumsky, Dylan Areola, Sean, Egg Toast, Eljano Amaracina, Eric Rees Romero, Aaron Thorne, Ethan Domingue. Everybody loves Killer Ramon, Isat. But wait, there's more. Fishing with Papa J, 5 Knuckle RKO. Fletcher Walpole, FMFCMA, Freezer, Fugnux, Gabriel Mesa, Game Escape, Garrett Coons, Garrett Woods, Giovanni Gonzalez, Gilbert Deans, Governor, GXA Man, Hartfeld, Heath Robertson, Hey Shake, Sody Cam, I'm Rick James, bitch, Ian McNugget, I'm Braun Strowman, Issa David says, Mr. Fantastic without the elastic. He's a smart guy.
So a regular dude. Yeah, he's a smart guy.
He's just a smart dude. It's it's Astro Kid, Ivan Martinez or Ivan Martinez, Jag Ghibli, Jack Harris, Jackson Parrish, Jacob Fatu, Jacob Mueller, Jacob Pena, Jacob Staffel, Jacob Shavoya, Jake the Stank Cootberts, Jason De Dios, Jason Vane, Javier Rodriguez, Jay Henry, Jalen Steele, Javion McDuffie, JC Worley, Jelly Goose Lesnar Roll, Jelly Roll, Jeremiah Finley, Jeremiah Kelly, Jay Franco, Jahihi Ahihi, Joe Velez, Joey Romig, John Cena Soul, Johnny Moore, Johnny Owens, Jordan Lynch, Josby, Juicy J, Juliana Sarfi, Justin Brooks, Justin Perkins, Caleb Martin, Kevin Bega, Kenyon P, Kuwaiti Rick Buggs, Kyrie Lawrence, Leonardo Horson, Liam, Life of Brian, Lil Shifu, Logan Mull, Luis Jimenez, Mark, Marnie YCSM, Matthew Dollar, Matthew Watkins, Mossy, Mayhem Matthew, McQueen X, Mackay, Meredith Lee, Michael Hobbs, Michael Purnell, Michael Paz, Michael Vera, Miguel Paredes, Mitchell X, Muhammad Al-Banai, the Tribal Chief, Gibby Fresh, Nathan Tully, Nicholas Kyle, Nighthawk, Nina Ray, NyQuil Pad, Noah Booth, Obi Nobi, Obion 0012, Oil Up Now, Santi 69, Oliver Hammonds, Omar Francisco Andres, Pat R, Pat McMark, Prince Vegeta, Proceed with Caution, Puppet Spanker Johnson, Reacher, Reaper God, Reese, Reyes Carrera, Ricardo Ramirez, Rick Marr, 1R, Ricky Dutcher, Robert Rogers, Robert Talk Sports, Royce Ruffo, Ruben Sanchez, Ryan Spradley, Riley, Sadie Brink, Salguero, Sam Brown, Sam Duke, Sancho doesn't get a safe space, Sancho's opinions over Santi's opinions, Sancho's #1 fan, Santi is Mr. Iguana, Santi lives in Canada, ha 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 ha, Santi Tizer always cleans Sancho's bad ideas. Yeah. Now it is. Yeah. We get to save $30 a month, baby. Santi should talk AEW, Sauce God, Savage Field, Semba, Seymour Butts, Shaggy WWE, Shane, Shitstain Nakamura, Shulafala, Sid Hartshaw, Sip God, Sir Alberton, Slam Manny, Slow Toke Rodriguez, Stephanie Del Rey, Stephanie Vacque, Lookalike Contest in My Bedroom, Stephen Corby, Stop Hating on Clash of Clans, Santi, Super Malachi Galaxy, Suplex City, Taman Bryant, the 17-time undisputed dumbass, Sir Nightmare, the Pickle Jar in Santi's butt, the Vanilla Chorilla, the Visionary, the LA Knight Mega Glazer, Jacob Kufis, the Final Boss, Bloodline Rules, Theo Perdios, the Stobsel, the Wepa Warrior Ping Pong, Timmy C, Toasty, Tobias Burnett, Tom Lehman, Thomas Arati, Trent Head, Trevor Harder, Two Slapped Cupid, Tycho, Tyler Logan, Tyrone Says, Blab Blab, repost the old COD vids, Vegan Penguin, Venom, very cool, very fucking confused, Void Z, Juan Pablo III, White Mexican, William Newton, Zax Mira, Deadshot, your girl's account, you stupid, my hat, Zach, but call me Alistair, Zach Griff, you could just change your name to Alistair. But all right, Zach, call me Alistair. Zach Griffin, Zane, Zay2K, Santi needs to oil up, Zeke Love, Zergzito, and Lord Jelly Rollin J. Changed his name. Thank you guys very much for watching this episode of the Wrestling is Cool podcast, the coolest wrestling podcast on the planet. We'll see you guys later. Take care and be wonderful people. Goodbye, everybody.